All right, ladies and gentlemen, everyone should have all of their assignments from this week in front of them. Oh, thank God you're working. Okay, so everyone should have their assignments from this week in front of them. Now, I do want to show you, I am aware that this week is really big. It happens to just be a big week content-wise because this stuff is just going to come again and again and again, over and over again. So unfortunately, it's just one of those things you have to know. Sorry. I mean, it's just a big week. So with that being said, I made AP World Modern and probably be the box. We're in week 3, which comes after week 2. I'd start there. Okay, so I have made your focuses starting in January because I make everything you have. You know that, right? Or I pull specifically all the stuff. Like if there's no teacher guided stuff, there's no website that I'm pulling from. Like I'm sitting there making it. So much so that I can show you, and I hope this makes you feel better, Kirsten, is that I am going ahead. Everything I make you do, I've either made the questions for it or I'm actually doing it with you. So let me pull up my stuff. Okay. And so I sit there. Henry goes to bed starting at 7 every single night because I need him in bed at 7 because I got so much stuff to do. Starting at 7, I sit down and I do definitions if I haven't. She's not even looking at all my stuff, girl. I sit there and type out the definitions. So you know how you're fussing about looking at the book? I'm scrolling so you can't just copy my definitions because I'm recording this. So, okay? I'm sitting there and handwriting them myself. I'm not handwriting them, I'm typing in so it's easier for me to copy and paste. Yeah, because you see what I'm doing there? But yeah, so I'm doing it right there with you. So when you have a week of a lot of them, guess what? About a week and a half before you do it at this point, I did it. So, like, I'm not sitting at home drinking pina coladas, being, I don't know where pina coladas came from, but I'm feeling that vibe, okay? I'm doing it too. I'm sitting there because this is my first time using this textbook, so I'm curating everything, and I'm like a week and a half ahead of you.
Most of them are really, like, in-depth, though. It's just, like, 2 that were a bit here.
And those ones, I highlight, bold, italicize, and I do not pull. I have plenty to choose from this week, especially.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, haven't you seen how long the list is? Yeah. Okay. Oh my God, woman. You can drop. Honors is wonderful.
I love this class.
Oh my God. Well, then you're a sucker for it. Amit, what do you got, girl?
Like which words are for which day?
Huh?
Like, so the first it was like from 1 to 10, then what is? So then you need to do all the work.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Starting tomorrow, I can ask you any vocab term from 1 through 10. Right? On Monday, I can do any vocab term, 1 through 20. And then on Tuesday, I can ask you any term on the paper. It's Tuesday. You had a whole weekend to work on it, Sam.
Oh, you're in the book.
Yes. I go through the book. Did I not just prove to you I go through the book?
I know. It's just one is so hard to find.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, that is how I can pick any word off the list starting on Tuesday. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you saw yesterday the vocab is a huge part, yes? You know your vocab, did it make yesterday a little bit easier? Yeah, hello? Yes, that's the point of it. Hopefully you know if you do well on the vocab that week, the content's easier, yes? Okay? Now, the good thing is, Kirsten, there's a couple things you can cross off because of the vocab. Because I made your focuses in January, and now here I am living it with you, yes? That's great, then leave it. Keep it proud, girl. That's great. Look at you, damn, girl. You didn't notice it was very repetitive?
Yeah, it took a good extra bit of time.
It did, and that's why I'm trying to save other people. Yesterday was a little busy yesterday. I think you can agree with the first test.
That's why you
One
don't work
good thing about
ahead.
being a professional.
Ryan, your strategy isn't working either. There you go. So, thank you kindly. So, ladies and gentlemen, you can scratch off 2, and you can scratch off on the front page this one, and you can scratch off 2. The other stuff. Now, someone was like, well, Miss Bennett, I don't want to do number 6. I'm like, okay, don't do number 6. You're accountable for it because it's not asking you to define. It's asking you to explain the impact. Impact is not definition. Impact, so the definition of Marco Polo, he is an Italian explorer who visited the court of Kublai Kai and wrote down stories. The impact of Marco Polo is because of Marco Polo's adventures of Marco Polo, white people are going to be fascinated by the Middle East, fascinated by China, and begin exploring and motivating people to go, which is going to cause big problems for China here later. Okay? So impact and definition are not the same, yes? Okay? Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that you've crossed off those things because I'm trying to make your life better. And I'm so proud of you, Catherine, and I'm so sorry. But I think trying to tell you yesterday and do a test would have been too much, yes? You didn't have much time. I don't know if you noticed. People work to the bell. Here we go. Alright. So that is your vocab. That is your focus. Okay? Alright. Questions, concerns, comments. What do you got?
What do we give ourselves for the do now?
It's your opinion. How could it be wrong? Give yourself a 4, girl. What do you got?
Like a Marco Polo question.
You're passionate about Marco Polo?
No, I'll figure it out later. I was gonna ask you a question.
I'm fascinated now. I need to know. Did he really just shout out Marco?
The
No.
game Marco Polo. The Marco Polo is blind.
No.
So, what's the origin of that?
The stupid game? I have no idea. Marco Polo is a white guy from Italy who went across through Muslim trade routes and went to went to Asia. He is one of the first white people that that we have historically noted who has made it all the way to Asia. Okay? Because he's a white dude and people haven't seen him before, white people before, he is brought into the court of Kublai Kai, who are the Mongols. And in court, he is like a person of honor and prestige. He gets to like see cool things, do cool things, and he writes everything down. Marco Polo gets himself in trouble because he starts sleeping around with Kublai Khan's like one of his like 12 wives. Okay, so he gets in trouble, gets thrown in jail. He eventually breaks out of jail and smuggles him way back to Italy. And while he's in jail, he writes The Adventures of Marco Polo. When he gets back to Italy, he starts printing it. That book is one of the most popular books in history, and it will then entice people to begin going to Asia and having a desire to see Asia and Asian things. Books like that are going to be facilitating major exploration. Just like in Africa in the 1800s, there's going to be a book called oh shit, it's a terrible book. Oh, Heart of Darkness, which it's terrible. You'll read it your senior year. It's about a guy who gets on a boat in Africa and sails into Africa, and he talks about all the tribes he comes across and all that stuff. And he goes back to Europe. He's one of the first people to be in like the heart of Africa, because white people typically just stayed on the outside. And he goes back, and that's going to facilitate this whole exploration of Africa. So books have a huge pull, and Marco Polo is going to be the first. That was a really long answer, but it was a good answer.
He has good vision.
Yeah, like for instance, you know, who's the guy who collects random stuff that you can go see his museum? It's in St. Augustine. The building's like upside down in Orlando. Come on. No. Ripley's, yeah. Ripley's is a real dude who lived in the 1800s who read Heart of Darkness and a couple other news stories about Africa and the heart of Africa in this story. And so he goes to Africa. All of the Ripley stuff is really Africa. The original Ripley stuff is all the Africa stuff. That's how he makes all of his money, is he goes, and all the rich people just go to Africa and just go and do all those things. That was a really long answer for you, George. Comprehensive, though. Megan.
I just have a quick question about the vocab in general.
Yeah.
Are we gonna have around 50 on
No,
a weekly
it's
basis?
a heavy week.
Okay.
There's light weeks, there's heavy weeks. I think next week is pretty light. Let me go check. Next week. Oh, we're doing Silkworm. Oh, Silkworm and Mongols. It's a pretty light week. Actually, I don't know if I can say that with strength there. I think it's pretty good. It's It's not too bad. It's less than this. I know it's less than this. Yes, Kirsten. It's just white people, man. Just white people. They're awful. Okay, so couple things. So yesterday we had a test. I had things turn in. Couple things I've learned now that I'm a master of Canvas. First of all, some of you were turning things in super late, and that annoys me. Looking right at you. You didn't turn in anything until late yesterday afternoon. Figure it out. It annoys me, and now that I've got my grade book under control, I will be on it, yes? Because it's hard for me to stay on a high horse when I haven't graded everything prior. But guess what? I've climbed on my high horse because I'm caught up. So, with that being said, do not turn in assignments late. I will be deducting points, and I will be very fussy. Yes? Perfect. You need to have your number, name, and week on every single assignment you turn in. If you don't, I'm going to minus 2 points right off the top for a 10, minus 8 for a 50, and minus 6 for a 30. Yesterday, I think I made myself very clear about cheating, yes? Okay? It was brought to my attention, and I figured it out. I've had people submit the same work twice. So someone did a focus, and 2 people took a photo of it and submitted it. Damn, you people are rotten to the core. And I mean it collectively. What had happened to you people? I've never caught someone cheating week 2. And now I have people like can't even be bothered. Good God. E-learning, is that who am I to blame for this? That you were rotten to the core? That you were so lazy? Well, your moral crusader is here. I will fight for your soul back, you dead inside people and your cheating ways. It is so annoying. And I will fight for your soul, and it will be painful. Yes? Now, I can't verify absolutely everything, but your girl's going to do her part. Yes? Because I'm going to save your soul, you lazy children. Of course, I mean that broadly. Put your damn names on everything. I will not accept it. Now, if it still becomes a problem, I'll require it in pen, and then I'll require it in marker so it can't be Nows must be told correctly, minus 2 every time. Ladies and gentlemen, it's just a pet peeve and it's annoying. And on my side for grading, it's annoying, so don't do it. And assignments must be turned in on time. And it's 10 points off per day, and I will hold you to it because now my grade book is under control because your girl worked so hard yesterday. I'm your girl. Mia.
So, by turning it on time, does that mean like the end of today you want the math turned in?
Oh, no. And by next Wednesday.
Oh.
By Wednesday at 8:30. Because right now I have it open, so if there's like errors in submissions, like you've had a couple errors of submissions because it was too zoomed in. So I have it so you could submit multiple things. Like, and I'm just going to close the door so it's one time and stuff like that. But I want to make sure everyone knows how to do it, which is why this is grace. This is me oozing grace. That grace is done, especially because you people are rotten to the core. Collectively, of course, Mia. Yes, Megan.
I think yesterday we asked if we had to put like our number on assignments that we had already turned in.
No, you don't have to go back. But we're talking going forward. See, it says going forward. We're going forward. No, who has time to go backwards? I don't have time for that. And I'm not going to go back and look. Are you kidding? Nope. All right. Take out your map. Let's go. I'm going to do this super quick. But if you talk your whole way through, it's not going to go so quick. Now, I am going to give you an opportunity. So no matter what, you will have it on your phone and you don't need to work as hard. Is that fair? So I'm going to post it right now, the finished map. Oh, that looks terrible. Give me 2 seconds and I will fix it. Okay. Oh, that's better. I'm trying. This is a new thing. Thank you. I'm working on it. Thank you so much. Okay. That's pretty good. Ignore this stupid picture in the corner. Don't get me started. Last period was a disaster. So take a photo of it so you absolutely have it. God forbid I don't finish. 5, 4, 3. Dude, I don't know. I'm letting you an opportunity. I literally don't. I can't. 2, 1. Okay, here's the other side in case I don't finish. That's better. Ignore the stupid picture. Oh, I can. Yes, ma'am. Oh, it's really raining. 3. Samuel, internal, dude. Is that better? Yes. Okay, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to take out my blank map, and we're going to stay here, and we're going to do it together because you need to learn a couple of things as I go as well. Yes? Perfect. Here we go. So, on the coast of Africa, we're going to add the Canary Islands. The Canary Islands are super important because they are going to be the largest producers of sugar until the Americas are discovered in 1492. Columbus sailed the ocean blue. ETLA. Atlantic Ocean is here. We have the Atlas Mountains. We have the massive trading capital of Timbuktu. Timbuktu. You've not heard of Timbuktu? There's a stupid song about it.
I didn't think it was
Gao is on the map. This is, of course, your Saharan Desert. Okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. And what did I just draw, ladies and gentlemen? The Nile. So this is obviously Egypt. Over here, we have the city of Aksum. It's actually a city-state, but we'll get to that. City of Aksum is super, super cool. They're the only place in Africa that willingly and chooses to adopt Christianity. Everywhere else, it gets forced upon them by white people, but we'll get to that. Indian Ocean.
How do you spell Axum?
Megan, Catherine, look, girl, or ask someone next to you. Okay, then we have Madagascar over here. Then we have Zimbabwe. Okay, you need 5 boxes. Kingdom of Ghana. Malay Empire. Songhai Empire. Trans-Saharan trade route. Maritime trade route. All right, so for me, the Kingdom of Ghana is going to be dark green. You can match me or not, doesn't care. It don't matter to me. Okay, Kingdom of Ghana is going to be the first centralized empire kingdom in Africa. That's a very big deal, ladies and gentlemen. Africa, it has tons of natural resources like gold, salt, emeralds, rubies, diamonds, but they do not have very agrable land. So populations are very, very small. So we're going to see a lot of kin base because frankly farming is very hard and is still to this day. So our first centralized government, which is going to come because populations rise, all those types of things, is going to be Kingdom of Ghana. Then we're going to have our first empire, and that is the Kingdom of Malay. Kingdom of Malay happens to be one of my absolute favorites and happens to have 2 of my favorite people. First one is Sundita. Sundita is going to be the most important leader of Malay. He is going to convert Malay to Islam in order to attract more traders along the trans-Saharan trade route. So he converts to Islam in order to attract more traders. More traders means more money. So he converts only to attract more people, not because he's devout. Well, his grandson, Mansa Musa, is going to be a devout Muslim because he was born in the faith and he loves it. Well, as a devout Muslim, as we know, you have to go on a Hajj. So he goes on a Hajj, and while on a Hajj, he throws gold coins to everyone he sees. he throws or gives away so much gold, he devalues gold significantly. Like, that's how big. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you hear reports of a guy just tossing gold, are you going to try to figure out where the hell he's from? Yeah, hell yeah. Okay? So, all of a sudden, Africa is now on the map. People are like, damn, what's happened in Africa if this guy can just chuck so many gold coins? That is a huge thing that's going to attract people to Africa. Good and bad things will come from it. Trans-Saharan trade route. Trans-Saharan trade route is going to originally come through across the desert. City of Gao is going to be the first oasis, and then it'll force people. Okay, but the major trade destination is Timbuktu. Timbuktu is the heart of Trans-Saharan trade. Trans-Saharan trade is really going to be all about gold, salt, and a little bit of slavery at this point. Slaves are happening in Africa, and it is Africans enslaving other Africans. White people are going to join only when only when Christopher Columbus discovers America, and they need someone to do the work, because, like, God forbid they do it themselves. So Africans have been selling Africans to other Africans for centuries, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to see that's going to continue. All right, so our maritime trade routes are going to include the Indian Ocean basin, of course. This is the east coast of Africa. The east coast of Africa is going to have a lot more money because of the Indian Ocean basin. The Indian Ocean basin is going to bring lots of resources to this area. By the way, I'm done on this side. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to finish the side, and then we're going to work on content on the other side. Okay, so on the East Coast, the most important goods are porcelain and stoneware that are coming off the East Coast. It's also going to have the most religious diversity. Kingdom of Aksum is the only place in Africa that actually chooses Christianity. Christianity will be the most popular religion by the 1900s on the continent because white people and imperialism. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flip it over. You want me to do content, I promise. Okay, here we go. Okay, we have Atlantic. Okay, we have, let's do water. Med Sea. Black Sea. Baltic. See? Okay, we have Ireland. England. And over here we have Scandinavians, Scandinavians. And what is their fun name? Vikings! I love the Vikings. I love them so much. I should spend about 30 seconds on them, but I do a whole 2 minutes. I love them. And Charlemagne's Empire. We have Lombardy over here. I have City of Rome. I have all Andalus.
We can't
Oh,
see it.
sorry. Please tell me. I'm not trying to make your life harder. Alright, we have the Byzantine Empire. Which is, of course, going into Greece and Asia Minor. This is Constantinople. We have the city of Kiev, which will eventually become Moscow. We have Kievan, Russia. Perfect. We need 6 boxes, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, we have Viking areas. We have Viking invasions. We have Muslim areas. Muslim invasions. Magyar areas. Magyar invasions. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, what do we know is happening here?
They're invading.
Yeah, they are certainly invading. So does this sound like a good time to be in Europe? No, this is not a good time to be in Europe. So let's do our Scandinavians first. For me, they're going to be red. Okay, so our Scandinavians, aka Vikings, are some of my favorite people. I just think they're amazing and their impact on history is significant and not in the best ways. All right, so Scandinavians are going to have like 10 years where their farming is super, super good. That is not normal. Okay, so when there's a lot of food, what happens? Population boom. Well, then food goes back to normal, pretty sparse. And they're like, oh shit, my kid is starving to death. Do you think they're just gonna sit there and let their kids starve to death? No, they're like, holy moly, oh no, let's go steal some. So they're like, I can't let my kid die. So they get on their boats and they sail to Scotland. They get off their boat, they go and steal a bunch of food. And they're like, oh my God, that was easy. Oh my God, we're really good at this. And so instead of trying to farm, they're just like, you know what? We'll just steal it. And they are like so good. They are like so good at it. They are the ones who are going to carry the boats on their back when they're running through the woods to the next river. And they're going to jump river to river and terrorize Europe. It is so effective. So they run through the woods when the rivers run out to attack a city, and they carry the boat over their heads. Once they get their loot, they flip the boats upside down and fill it. And then they carry it back to the water and go home. It is so effective. It is so effective. They are going to change the way people live in Europe. People in Europe are absolutely terrified of the Vikings because the Vikings, they're not very nice. They're a bunch of big burly dudes, okay? And they're trying to get all the food they possibly can. So people are terrified of them. So much so that they are willing to give up their freedoms.
Parking is $3, cash or credit. Concession stands, dance sales are credit card only. No backpacks or outside food and drink are permitted inside the gate.
And Muslim areas are going to be yellow. Okay.
Also,
Ugh.
if anybody's interested in joining the STEP team, there will be a meeting in room 15 today after school. Thank you.
Okay.
Seniors, you're now dismissed.
So, what is going to happen is that they're going to create a thing called feudalism because people are so scared of the Vikings, they're willing to give up their freedoms in order to avoid them. So, people are going to give up their freedoms in order to escape them, and that's what causes feudalism, and it's going to exist for 400 years. Okay? That is how important the Vikings are. Okay? So, your Muslim invasions. The Muslims at this point are going to attack, but they're mostly just going to focus on the Mediterranean Sea because of all the trade that's being facilitated by it. They're also going to attack Rome because Rome has all the money, because all of Northern Europe is going to be sending money to Rome because it's the city center of the religion of Christianity, which will break into sects, and you have Roman Catholicism. All right, the Magyar areas are located right here. Essentially, they're just here to piss off the Pope, and they're really good at it. Okay, they are like really good at it. Okay, so they do kind of fight to the north. Okay, they're gonna go around and piss off Charlemagne a little bit too. Okay, they're gonna get into a little tussles with the Vikings, so that's pretty cool. Okay, but mostly they're here to ransack Rome. Okay, so what you're going to see, ladies and gentlemen, during this time period, living in Europe is not ideal. Can we agree? There are tons of things going on. So historians used to call this time the Dark Ages, as in no reading and writing is happening. It's not the Dark Ages. That's kind of an archaic term. But you can understand that I, playfully of course, call this time playing with sticks. The Europeans are literally getting attacked from left and right. They're not doing anything in advance. They're not improving their lives. They're simply trying to survive because it's chaos in Europe. So the Muslims in the Middle East are building up these incredible resources, doing this beautiful architecture, art, science, math, all these incredible things. Nothing like that is really happening in the West. Except, I mean, they are doing some Gothic architecture, sure. Like, who cares? I mean, fine. There's some things going on. But are we seeing the great accomplishments other people are? No, because they're constantly under siege, which is what this map proves to you. You're welcome. I killed it today. There you go. Make sure you're putting my stuff away. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And watch me not record any of it.